interesting when both teams could really use a win, and that's the vibe tonight in South Bend, Indiana, as Boston College meets Notre Dame on the ACC Network. No doubt we welcome you courtside at Purcell Pavilion along with Connor Klingon. I'm Tyler Reidy. So glad you could be with us here tonight. Connor, both these teams seeking that first win of the new year here tonight. Hannah Hidalgo has a game-high 22 points. Wide open, Moore in the corner. Yes! Ayana Moore, her first triple of the night, her first points of the night. Notre Dame by 9.
And that is what she does. Notre Dame really needs this right now. If she can heat up, that's going to be really dangerous for the Cuse.
Holes with a block on the other side. Foul against Potts, and Hidalgo's amped. Coles. Hidalgo on the baseline. Cut and one! Hannah Hidalgo doing what she does. And the Irish lead by 8. Shot clock start. And I don't think Syracuse is looking to foul. There's the crowd. It'll be Notre Dame on its senior night, defending home floor and potentially delivering the final acts at Purcell Pavilion this year with a 10-point defeat of Syracuse.
And Notre Dame eventually rips away the rebound. Miles racing down the floor. Set up for Rich. Can she go back to back? You bet. 18-1 Notre Dame. Emma Rich with a quick 6. And now Miles goes cross court. Rich for a third straight 3. She's feeling it from distance, and Notre Dame leads by 20. Gracious step back for the program record. There it is. The greatest three-point shooting day in Notre Dame women's basketball history. 16 triples for the Irish. Top of the 4th inning from Four Winds Field. Scoreless between the South Bend Cubs and the Quad Cities River Bandits here on Marquee Sports Network, along with Brendan King. Tyler Reidy, glad to be with you. And BK, after a week of rest last week, Evan Oschenbeck is Evan Oschenbeck. And the bases are loaded for Drew Bowser. Here we go again.
If I was Fort Wayne, I would not give him an inside fastball.
It was Isaiah Lowe he took deep, a right-hander for the slam last night. And that pitch is not close, way above the zone with the fastball. Bowser tonight is 0 for 2. He was 7 for 11 with the bases loaded last year. And that didn't include the grand slam taken away in Dayton on the 27th of July. It did include a walk-off single against Lake County in game 1 of the second half. And he's trying to deal with could be a knockout punch here in the bottom of the 6th. There it goes, deep to left field. McCoy looking up, he's done it again! A grand slam in back-to-back games. Drew Bowser breaks it open. 7-0 Cubs. Right-hander about to fire his 80th pitch. And Carpathios rips it into right field for a base knock. Morel charges, windmill on at third. Here comes Jackson, throw home, and Armas got him at the dish. Rafael Morel saves a run, and there's the second out of the inning.
Tenney again, one of Notre Dame's best with runners in scoring position. He's hitting .409 in these situations. To right center field, that's gonna go deep. 1 run is in, here comes Waters. Moreno flies around third. Base is clearing, double Carson Tenney. And the Irish lead by 4. Payoff pitch. Bounce to third, could be 2. DeMarco, cross diamond, Brustevich digs it up and out of the turf. And the Irish turn 2 to escape the bases loaded jam. Lee shoots this one to right field. Back goes Harrelson. He's looking up. Tie game. Jace Lee with his first collegiate home run. It's 4-4 in the 6th. The matchup with Estevan Moreno.
Moreno, Notre Dame takes the lead. Wow. Another 1-2 coming from the freshman Vandermeed. He struck him out. The Irish have got the power, and they've got the series opener. Notre Dame hits 7 home runs and upsets number 4 Florida State 16-9. The landscape of women's college soccer has been whittled down to its top 10%, and for a handful of teams, the road to the College Cup runs through South Bend, where tonight, Ohio State meets number 1 seeded Notre Dame in round 2 of the NCAA tournament on ESPN+. Let's take a look at the updated bracket. Earlier this afternoon, 5th-seeded Baylor took down Wisconsin, holding on for a 1-0 win in South Bend, so the Bears will meet the winner of tonight's contest at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. Let's welcome you inside Alumni Stadium along with Chris Daly. I'm Tyler Reidy. So glad you could be with us tonight, Chris. What a matchup here, one of the top scoring offenses in the country against Ohio State's elite defense.
Daniel Russo! What a strike! Notre Dame reclaims the lead.
Wirkovic, depossessed, well done by Lewis. Ento again, could he get a 4th? Yes! The night of a lifetime for Ento. 4 goals, and it's 5-0 Irish. And find the equalizer.
Oh, dangerous ball.
Turnover. Worthman on her left foot, cutting around Logan. Worthman equalizes for Western Michigan. Quiet all night. She announces her presence in a huge moment for the visitors. Schluter blocked. Got it back though. Still Schluter. Out wide. Another chance. Ohio State to the Elite Eight for the first time in 15 years. Annika Poremba, the sophomore who entered the match with just 2 goals in her career, now has one of the biggest in Ohio State's program history. And it's the double overtime Buckeyes doing it again. They defeat Baylor 2-1 and advance to the national quarterfinal. They'll head to Tallahassee and face off with 3rd-seeded Florida State next weekend. Near the end of a long, frigid winter in South Bend, signs of spring are in the air as Notre Dame, men's lacrosse champion in 2 of the last 3 years, welcomes Bellarmine for its 2026 home opener. And with that, we say hello from Arlotta Stadium alongside Brian Benedict. I'm Tyler Reidy. Glad you're with us here today. Brian, it's February 17th and we're outdoors at Arlotta. Life's good, my friend. They'll give it up. John Alley for the record. Bellarmine has a new goal-scoring king. It's number 114 in the illustrious career of John Alley. Lynch, and it's an offensive performance that rewrites the record books for Notre Dame men's lacrosse. 29 goals, the most in a game in program history. My goodness, what a day. It's the money matchup with Sean Light. And here it is, Spallina, inside roll, he scores. And it's a hat trick for Joey Spallina in the first half of this top 5 showdown. 2-goal lead for Syracuse as he won the battle against Light that time. The Irish with comparatively a much slower second quarter try to strike again, and Finley does. No question this time. 13-1 Notre Dame. Fisher Finley with a goal disallowed earlier makes it 91 push-ups so far today for that guy. Irish by 12 at Arlotta Stadium. We welcome you to South Bend, Indiana, where 8th-ranked SMU is in town, coming off that monster win Friday at Louisville. Today taking on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame in their house for the first time ever. And with that, we say hello. Welcome courtside here at Purcell Pavilion. Alongside Peyton Dymick, I'm Tyler Reidy. Glad you could be with us on the ACC Network. Peyton, interesting Friday for both of these teams. Huge win for SMU. Notre Dame going the distance, meanwhile, with number 6 pick. And it's the first time since 2000 that Notre Dame faces back-to-back top 10 ranked teams at home. Back then it was Nebraska and UCLA. Pitt and now SMU here this weekend. Just the second meeting all time between Notre Dame and SMU, and the first ever Mustangs trip to South Bend. It was a 3-0 sweep in Dallas last October for SMU during a very successful first Mustang season in the ACC. Notre Dame's Texas transfer, Sydney Helmers, is back to provide the first service. Fourth-year head coach for SMU, Sam Erger, and her son Nate Pink provides the final words of wisdom to her team. It's a battle of fourth-year head coaches here today between Salima Rockwell and Sam Erger. Helmers gets it started, and away we go from Purcell Pavilion. Good early serve and an ace to start for Sydney Helmers. That was a factor for Notre Dame in its most recent win a Sunday ago against Virginia Tech. The Irish really racked up the service aces in the opening 2 sets to put the Hokies in a 2-0 hole. And there's back-to-back. Helmers has done it again. What a tone setter. Both these teams have been so good at the service line in previous contests. Different story here today. Still time to change it, though. Time to go to Langer for the Irish. And a dump! The freshman Maya Baker with one of her biggest plays of the season. Now Jones. Bjork into the net, and SMU's first trip to South Bend is a success. A sweep and a 6-match win streak for the 8th-ranked team in the land. Malaya Jones wraps it up with her 13th kill. No signs of a letdown from the Mustangs after one of their biggest wins in regular season program history Friday.